And after our opening game between FEU and Elite Stacks Australia, Tenry University and NFU Tigers will carry on in the battle for 5th. And the 3rd place game will have Fighting Eagles Nagoya and the JRU Heavy Bombers, as we have the final between the San Beda Red Lions and the UST Growling Tigers. We'll talk about that later on again, but all eyes will be on this 7th place game between the Tamaraws and Elite Stacks Australia. We are coming to you from the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City for our starting lineups, which you have pictured right here.
The World Invitational.
Also with trims of gold or yellow, Mongkopa, wing three-pointer. On the wrong side of nothing but net, and Konate cleans up the garbage. On the other hand, Elite Stacks fell 80-63 to Tenry University of Japan, as it's a triple for Bautista. Pass was no good on the roll. Here comes Janray Pasaol. He is the most valuable player again in the UAAP. If Daa was the standout player last game for Far Eastern. Before we carry on the action, of course, I'll look at some of the FEU buckets. Jorick Buckets, as he's called also. Getting the strong start along with Janray Pasaol, setting up the reliable big man in Mo Konate. Here's Akok. You have the Machar brothers again here for Elite. Rickwood Pitt is coming off a 10-point outing yesterday, as it's good from the mark for Pasaol. Let's take a look at this unselfish basketball. Konate, no surprise, he knows his teammates well with him being their anchor. Burgos is also an incoming rookie, and the J gets to fall for Akok Anyang. Punilas versus Pacquiao. Burgos. This is a familiar combination with Cabonilas in Burgos because they are batchmates in FEU's high school program. The latter two on the bench. We're batchmates, we're teammates with the FEU baby Tamaraws. Cabonilas and his crew were down 13 in that high school game. Won it in overtime. So they exited high school with a bang. They're here at the seniors level. And two teams trading buckets there. That was Akok Machar. 15-9, FEU leads Elite Stacks. No surprise, the Australians are trying to pound the ball inside, but they swing it and it's a 4-point play. It's a Machar brothers combination. When you have his brother Akok, Rickwood Pitt is just controlling the boards here. And that's second chance points getting to go. But they only trail by 3. Here's the give and go. Felipe gets it. They are also long in terms of wingspan. Cabonilas, bang. Some interference there, but we'll stick with the referee's decision, of course. That triple good for Rickwood Pitt. A strong start for him, but Cabonilas answering back immediately off the assist of his, with a team with a very long wingspan. Ball was given away though. Anyang, Eurostep was almost good, everything but the shot. Foul. We love the intensity for this 7th place game. So here was the follow-up, and then there's a holding foul after against Daa, from what I heard. There you go. Here's Pasaol. Meet me up top, says Y. Francis. Here's the block here. I was about to say he's automatic from there. Not this time around. Konate, the spin, gets it in. They can create mismatches here and there. Bautista, the head pass from Cabonilas. Then you have Rickwood Pitt, who's like that focal point down low, but he can also pound the ball in. Great off-ball movement from Awak. He committed 8 turnovers yesterday, so that's something he'll look to solve. Anyang, bang. Everyone tall. Cabonilas triple couldn't go. Mongkopa follow-up is good to end. And we'll be back after the quarter break. Let's take a look at our schedule for today. It's not going for the ball. And Deng just starting out the second quarter strong with the steal, intercepting Moncopa's inbound pass to Janray. This is what is being reviewed. There is a potential upgrade. It's Elite Stacks Australia in dark green and yellow. Tapped away by Konate. The pull-up. Machar. Akok. Janray trying to take on his man. Slips through here. Rickwood Pitt got to tap it away. Here we go in the fast break, and it's a jam. Let's take a look at this. Rickwood Pitt with the steal. He's been coming up big, and it leads way, or paves the way to this Akok Machar jam. Goes Sean Chambers. Nakai offensive rebound. Konate. It's at 11-6. But that favors Elite Stacks Australia. You can make it 8 because of that bucket you got to see earlier. 10 points for the foreign student athlete of Far Eastern. Deng, off balance, no problem. It's about being able to finish when you're uncomfortable from the defense. And even when the defense puts you in an awkward spot in terms of footing. Here's Burgos. Shot fake, got the bucket. Take a look at this rejection from Konate. And there's also the stop. Here's Barrett, pulls up, connects. Nick early on. They definitely made the most of the opportunity to warm up, but there's another highlight play from Akok Machar. Sort of giving FEU a taste of its own medicine. Take a look at this. Akok, meet me at the rim. He was asked in an interview months back if he's related and served as an import, with him being American. Back at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, and it is a 5-point lead for the FEU Tamaraws over Elite Stacks Australia. A 20-point outing, of course. That's 23 to be exact. As we take a look at our statistics, FEU clearly the better team in rebounding. They've also been able to get a good number of offensive rebounds, 12 to 8. And with assists, actually, FEU now with 9 at the half, when the Tamaraws only came up with 5 assists in yesterday's loss, actually, to the NFU Tigers of Taiwan. And with turnovers, it's 6 to 3. But these 3 turnovers of Elite Stacks Australia are as a result of the 3 steals. But the Tamaraws have had some miscues, you could say, or unforced errors, as we jump over to our leading scorers. On the opposite, you have Konate and Pasaol, who are the leading scorers for FEU, the Filipino side, while you have Rickwood Pitt and Akok Machar with 9 each. Both teams have been well balanced. It's been quite that type of show. FEU reverting back to its man-to-man defense as Rickwood Pitt. And Kirby Moncopa has actually been crashing the boards, adding on to his tally. Filipinos Live app available for Filipinos everywhere. And also joining us on One Sports, the One Sports YouTube page, One Sports Plus. It's bench loving the energy they've been putting on. Here's Pasaol in traffic. Whether there's the Manila Trap, Australia and Taiwan. This is a knockout tournament that started in the quarters. The losers were relegated to the consolation games, unfortunately. A bit of the triangle offense set. Pasaol getting this one to go. Elite Stacks able to capitalize on points off turnovers. Here's Cabonilas. Rickwood Pitt. His entry pass was telegraphed well. They wanted to get it to Anyang. Off they go on the fast break. Cabonilas. Bautista. Clever here to Konate. There's also the long Mark Burgos to challenge him. Awak working with Cabonilas. Awak will pull up. Swish. This game in the NSAC World Invitational. Take a look at this high-low, but Konate still had to navigate traffic with bodies surrounding him. Akok Machar getting this one to go baseline to the free throw line. That was pretty much successful. Konate. Referee says that is a flop. Deng. Taking on Da'a. The turn. This one was lovely. He is nursing an injury. He's the captain of this team. He has yet to see action, actually. As Burgos gets the shooter's bounce to Tigers, or of Taiwan, will square off with Tenri University of Japan. Here's Janray's effort. That was just cleaned up by Konate. He's California. It was lost here by Machar and Elite Stacks. Da'a gets rejected. Well, there's a hard fall here, though. Here's Da'a taking it in. Kut Deng losing his balance while getting the rejection. 64-59 again, and we will see you after this short break. Injury. Konate, there you go. Gets to make amends for that miss earlier. Hard foul earlier against FEU. That is why it is going to remain with Elite Stacks. But I spoke too soon, and Caps Cabonilas. The lead is at 9 now. That's the biggest of FEU. As we've mentioned in the previous possession, Moncopa breaks free. Hangs in the air. Couldn't go. Konate. And is able to get the stop with the help from his teammates. Bautista cherry picking in gold and green. So there was the hustle from Konate. Pasaol just getting it to Bautista on the cherry pick. Just slow momentum down. No call there. Now it's Bautista and Cabonilas. And here was Akok getting stripped. Bautista dishing it here. Nonetheless, it's a bucket for the crew of Coach Sean Chambers. Third, Pacquiao, whom we mentioned is still Australian. Konate, the turn. Kicked it out. Ako gets that one. Da'a's able to strip Pacquiao or intercept it. Janray behind the back. Cabonilas closing in and ending this competition winless in 3 games. Showtime from Janray and Cabonilas. Opponents from overseas. All teams get that unique opportunity in this NSAC World Invitational. They are able to get international experience, particularly below the professional or national team level. They're desperately trying to chase the game and the result. And it's that bucket of Awak that they are hoping to capitalize on. 63 to Tenri University yesterday. FEU, on the other hand, lost to Fighting Eagles Nagoya of Japan. Lee Rickwood Pitt has been quiet also. There's a casual dunk again. It's your first game on the penultimate day. Take a look at this. Another highlight from Akok Machar. He's been dunking left and right in this game. Implemented at the half court for Elite Stacks. FEU being well drilled. And the alley-oop gets to go. It would have been massive though if they were able to make that triple. But Cabonilas gets it. Unfortunate with that fall also. Francis was open, but Janray Pasaol. Bautista, he'll try to ice this one. Game, set, match, you could say, with that one. Athletic player who was just breathing down his neck. Here is this Bautista triple. to make it 15. It's a 15-point victory for the FEU Tamaraws, and Coach Sean Chambers pictured nothing but respect between our two squads. You love it. FEU closing strong. And we'll be back after this short break to bring you your highlights. And he racked up 5 rebounds and 3 steals. A massive congratulations to Jorick Bautista and the FEU Tamaraws for closing this tournament strong. Strong here for FEU with 17 points. Actually, as the leading scorer, as we have a look at our statistics to end this game. FEU with 22 assists. The Tamaraws only had 5 last time around versus NFU in their loss yesterday, and steals at 10-5. Points in the paint, you will say it's a bit surprising given that Elite Stacks are the bigger team, but they are able to turn these points in the paint also with their defense and fast break points. And that's how this game essentially developed between the FEU Tamaraws of the Philippines and Elite Stacks Australia. But up next, we do have our 5th place game between Tenri University of Japan and NFU Tigers of Taiwan. But that does it. This is Clara Manzano, your commentator for this game, and it ends FEU 87, Elite Stacks Australia 72, and your NSAC World Invitational 7th place game.